Hi everyone and happy August. My name is Kay. If you're new to my channel, I'm so excited to have you here. And if you're not, so glad to have you back. Today, I'm going to take you through my very first reading wrap. This is an idea I got from one of my favorite influencers. Caitlin Johnson did her own reading wrap and it was my favorite video. It was so much fun and so cute to see what she's been reading, and so I thought I would take you all along on this journey with me. So these are all the books that I read in July. So to start off, I have The Summer We Ran by Audrey Ingram. I really liked this book, actually. I thought it was so fun, but I am a little bit of a political junkie, so reading this was just like a fun, fictional, political story. I gave this 4 stars on my Goodreads, so this is my Goodreads review. So the love-hate relationship I now have with this book is much like the love-hate relationship that Tess and Grant share. I'm not one for suspense, that this became one I could not put down. Broken up by flashbacks, this lively gubernatorial race was full of romance and heartbreak and beautiful relationships between mothers and children. I would definitely suggest this for anybody looking for a new book this summer. This was so much fun. It goes back and forth between Tess, the main character, and Grant as kids, and then their lives 25 years later. It was so good. This was from the Book of the Month Club, but I definitely suggest. The second book I read this summer was The Foxhole Court. This was a book suggested to me by one of my best friends. She suggested the whole series to me, so I bought all of it in one fell swoop. It was certainly a time. So this is another book I gave 4 stars to. So here is my Goodreads review. All right, literally, what is this book? I had so many feelings, especially in the last 15% of this book. I had no expectations going into it, so I thoroughly enjoyed it. I don't enjoy reading a lot of world building, but Nora, she does such an amazing job. I did not mind it one bit. Neil, the main character, Nora has placed this overthinking, sassy college kid in a wild selection of characters that play a sport that's just a combo platter of all of the sports I already enjoy watching. Full of twists and turns, this book is part Allie Hazelwood vibes, part dark mafia, and part suspense thriller that I never would have picked up on my own. So I'm so grateful for my friend suggesting this book, and I definitely suggest it to all of you. I found it to be very interesting. I'm taking a little break before I start the second one, but it is certainly very interesting. So what I was going to take a break with in between the All for the Game series was the newest Percy Jackson book. I don't have the book cover on it, but this one is The Chalice of the Gods. I didn't finish it. That's about how far I got into it. This is the part I didn't read. Let me just read you my review. So I gave this book 3 stars. And don't get me wrong, I love a Percy Jackson book, but this was not Percy Jackson. Everyone seemed so out of character. The growth and development that had been so beautiful to see through the original books and the Heroes of Olympus series was completely missing. I felt like we went right back to the beginning of the original series. I ended up not finishing this because the nostalgic story that I had as a child, I do not believe should be tampered with in this way. I understand Percy as a young, clumsy person, but the character growth that he had gone through in the Heroes of Olympus story is completely missing here. If you want to try it, give it a try. I mean, I tried it. It just wasn't for me. But it had an interesting plot. Just the character development that I had seen that has become very nostalgic to me was missing. The next book that I read was The Fall Risk by Abby Jimenez. I did enjoy this little short story. I thought it was so cute, but I did end up only giving it 3 stars on my Goodreads. I love Abby Jimenez and everything she writes. This just wasn't like my top favorite Abby. I think I just simply have my own personal issues with character development in short stories and novellas. The slow burn vibes of this were perfect. But the conflict and resolution of that conflict went a little too quickly for me. So that just the last chapter, which was the conflict resolution, just made this entire story feel a little fake, and that just broke the rose tint that the other 8 chapters of this book had, but and the love story here between Seth and Charlotte. So the conflict itself felt a little strange, but all of the other slow burn feelings and the relationship between Seth and Charlotte was so good. It just went really fast to me. I thought the addition of their friends was cute, but having them get together immediately was also a little strange. But I would definitely suggest this one. It was really quick to read, and it's Abby, so it can't be bad. So I did DNF yet another book. I had The Summer I Turned Pretty on my iPad. I did not get very far in it before I decided it was not for me. So I gave it 2 stars, which I felt was very generous. I did not finish it. I got about 30 pages in. I got about 6 chapters in, and I found this to be a very juvenile and annoying book. There didn't seem to be very much character development or substance to the story, and maybe I just didn't get far enough, and maybe I just need to try again, but I don't think I will be trying again. But I wanted to try it because I know that the show has been so popular. I just don't think that it's for me. Okay, so the 2 books that I am working on right now that I'm reading. So the first one is called Double Entry by Jane Gleason White. So this is a book that I'm actually reading for an assignment that I am doing for work. So this is something that I have been reading for quite a while. It's taken me a little bit to get through it just because it's not my primary work responsibility, and also I'm not reading it for fun. But this pink one is where I am. So I have this back half left. So I'm trying to do a chapter every time that I work just because I want to finish it. It's really good. I will say the content is fun. It's about the evolution of the accounting industry. So if you're into that kind of thing, it is a very easy read for something historical. But Jane also pulls in a lot of the more like classic and modern accounting stuff as well. She does a very good job in this book, and I definitely suggest. It also shows the impact of a lot of other historical advancements that do impact business and just the general society. Secondly, this is my personal reading. I'm reading I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings by Maya Angelou. I've been reading it at night, so I do have my reading light in here. I'm not very far in it at all, but it's such an interesting commentary on just the social dilemma. It's really interesting. I'm at the point where she's still a little girl, so it's really fun to read, but definitely takes some thought. So that's why I've been going so slow, is because I read it at night and sometimes I'm just too tired to digest information. But it's really good, and I definitely suggest giving it a try. So that is what I've been reading this month. You can find all of these books linked on my Amazon, and I'll link them below. But I'm so glad I got to share this with you all and be here next month for my August reading wrap. And I'm so excited to continue on this journey with you guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow me on Instagram and TikTok to keep up on the daily. I am planning on doing some more content, especially as school gets started, so be on the lookout for that too. Love you all, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.